Alright, ladies and gentlemen, after a 2-week hiatus, the SmurfScup Canyon is back for edition number 366. Hello everybody and welcome to the official SmurfScup Canyon broadcast. I am Thomas Mangozi, aka G-Geek, and I will be your host for tonight's cup. So, as we switch back to the game scene here, so we're 10 minutes before the start of the cup. Everybody's joining progressively. And yeah, hope you guys are having a great weekend. I've had a nice week. Pretty sunny and pretty hot weather by me, so excuse me while I drink a sip of water. Remember folks, stay hydrated. Anyways, for those of you who just joined in and do not know what the SmurfCup really is, then here is a basic rundown for you. So, the SmurfCup is played in rounds mode across 7 maps. A map is won when a player reaches 180 points or more scored. Points are tallied up from all the players to get the final rankings, and the player with the most points wins 6,000 out of the 20,000 planets at stake in the cup. So, 19, 21, 17, so less than 9 minutes before the start of the cup. We also got our map rotation for tonight. It is the same as the beginning of the month, so we're starting with Symbols from Tired, followed then by Hypothermia from Arizal. Third map will be Old School from Mebe and React. Fourth map, which is going to be the midway map, is Zombak's Mantra, followed then by Silesia from Racho. Then in 6th we got, if I remember correctly, I don't have the list on here. The closer will be Don't Text Meet, and the 6th one, hold on, I'm actually just gonna pull up. Yeah, Holzheim Express from React, I believe it is. I haven't really, don't really have everything on in my head right here. Normally I just take mental notes. It doesn't seem to work out. Anyways, so also I just edited the information because it was the information from the last stream. Sorry about that. So the Smurf Cup will start, as you see, the morning from Harse in 8 minutes and 30 seconds as of now. So now that we got the map order straight, we got everything. Also we got a black replay cam. So we're just gonna go into some of the player POVs, and we're actually gonna bump up the sound a little bit. These little boys don't really make too much noise. Also, oh yeah, that's because... Sorry for the music that's a bit loud. Hello Maxi, thank you for joining the broadcast. Hope you are having fun while we are playing and while streaming my casting. I'm gonna be a little bit not shambolic. It's a little bit I'm gonna be a little bit rusty. So there you go. The map order: Symbols, Hypothermia, Old School from Mebe and React. Then we got Mantra from Zombak. Then we got Silesia from Racho. 6th map is then, let's see. 6th map is Holzheim Express, and finally finishing off with Vinny's Don't Text Meet. So let's actually take a look at the players that are currently in there. So we got Coco from Team Door to Quo, one of the older teams of Canyon. Then we got Mixu, one of my fellow viewers. Hello Mixu if you're watching this. Then we got also Piotrunio, one of the main contributors to the Trackmania scene, especially known for being a pretty good memer, I gotta say. Also working on a secret sound pack that you might hear soon-ish, TM. I won't say more. Then we got a team from... got Maxi, former Smurf, now part of a Stadium Tech team. I already forgot the name, I'm really sorry Maxi. I'm a professional streamer! Oh, Oiseau Bleu, there you go, Team Oiseau Bleu from Stadium, mostly multi-style as far as I could work out. Soaking from Team Alpha is also in here. Then we also got 2 THC members, Mac Propaganda and Krones. Oh, who do we got also? We also got Surom, one of the main competitors in the Smurfs Cup, one of the main leaders of the Smurfs Cup, and we also got someone else who just joined. We got Quentin43, one of the former winners of the Smurf Cup, and still holding the Daily Mania record on Symbols, which is going to be our starter map, which is something that should be good to know. Then we got Dougal, also in here. Cornelius, all the way from Romania, is also in here. Let's see who we got else. Nod from Nerotech, who was played as part of Team Hyperion in CEP Season 5. Sedelouf from Team Velocity. Then let's see who else we got. TFS Psycho, we got Harse, there you go. Founder of Smurfs and organizer of the SmurfsCup in both Valley and Canyon. Training for Stoners. To be fair, I've never seen this particular man. We also got Broccoli playing in here, and that pretty much 26 players we have so far. 3 spectators with React GeForce and myself. Oh, we also got, yeah, we completely forgot about him. Morodin, one of the main contenders for, he's been contending in the top 3 and also almost competing for wins. But in the end, he didn't seem to lack the edge that guys like Suram and Cloud do have, and even Mebe, to potentially get a win. But given that we haven't seen any of these guys so far, this could be his one chance. He can actually be coming home the winner here. As we hear that actually Morodin is running an engine swap. He's not running with the burbly V8 from the Canyon car, but working with the more tidy V8 coming straight from the stadium, with an engine straight from the stadium car. Also, yeah, I think we've pretty much done everyone in there. 26 runners, as I said. We covered most of them. Guys from TFS, such as Psycho, and also got someone else from Finland. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take a quick 30-second break, and I'll be right back. Alright, we'll be back in just a moment. Let me just do something really quickly. And we should be back right now. So here we go. We are back in game. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock before we start the cup. So I've given you a rundown on the previous, on the rules, on the map order, on the people that are here. And I don't think we got any of the former winners that are currently in here for actually the month of August. Let me just get a little quick look. So, actually we do have Coco actually won the previous edition, so edition number 365 was won by Coco on 1291 points in front of Larens on 1238, and completing the podium was Kroons actually in third with 1083. And in, actually, yeah, that's the 3rd of August, 10, 17, yeah, that was the 3rd of August, the last edition. And the edition prior to that, it was actually Vinny who came out the winner with 1,337 points in front of Quentin 43 on 1,210, and completing the podium was Larens on 1,205. So then, those are this is your basic rundown from the last 2 Smurf Cups. So we do have the winner from last week, the defending winner, defending champion, I might say, Coco, who will be looking to pick up where he left off on the beginning of this month, which is with a win. So then, 2 minutes and 10 seconds before the start of the event. It seems as though we have 27 runners, so that means someone else must have joined. I might not have seen it. Oh, actually, Iceman 2003, there you go, I actually saw it. Larens not in there, yeah, actually that's a good point from Coco. One of the main contenders, actually a lot of the main contenders are not there. We see that Larens is missing, we see that Cloud is missing, Meb is missing. We also see that, a lot of the key players are not there. So this could be in the potential for the underdogs, such as, Coco, the defending winner, or guys like Morodin, or even Mixu, if I want to be a little bit more drastic, could potentially go for the win here. So let's see who we got. Oh, there's actually Suram in there. So one of the heavyweights is in here. It will be pretty difficult to challenge, but I do not doubt that Morodin will be able to give him a run for his money. Also, we actually have one of the mappers that got regularly featured in Smurf Cups as of late, in the person of Bootifara. Actually, let's try to... There you go. I hope you guys can hear the game a little bit better. We also got Meister CZ just joining from Team Lincoln. People just join in, drop in a little bit before the event. That's always how it works. There he is, Meister CZ. And we are 40 seconds away from the start of the Cup. Now, I want you to bear in mind that yes, it is the summer. It is a Smurf, map pack that I should really take a look at, but I haven't really played a lot of Canyon or Trackmania due to personal stuff. So what is gonna happen is I do have a few notes for some of the maps, but especially the first 3 maps, but the rest I'm gonna go kind of out of the water here. So excuse me for the somewhat shoddy commentary in the map descriptions. Bear with me. I'm just trying my best during a chaotic summer that we had. So, anyways, we are about to get underway with SmurfCup 366, sorry, with map number 1, which will be Symbols by Tired. As we're already seeing the people spamming the now famous meme, Maxi win this, and I'm sorry, I do have to say that. Please win it, Maxi, please win it. Anyways, with the memeing over, we are on map number 1, which is then Symbols from Tired. This map is mostly full speed, this must be noted. Only 3, as far as I could say from my runs, only 3 drifts are really required throughout the entire map. The current local record is held by Suram with a 37.278, and actually Coco has the current local, current Teddy Mania record with a 37.582. Now you'll be able to see what I actually mean in terms of the layout. So you can see the first 10 seconds are completely full speed, as you can see here. Most of the people going for a tight line there and engaging the drift really early for CP1. Then snap out of the direction for here, go really tight to the pillar on the inside. Harsa going for the drift and clouding the pillar. Go really tight, carry a lot of momentum for the second drift. Then snap out of here, go full speed in here in this double left-hander and initiate the drift early as you cross it with here for this final drift. Then snap it out, go full speed for the last turn, and across the line you go. So there you go. Current record in locals, 37.278. And Quentin also getting a new Diddy Mania record for the this particular time attack with the 47.420. So the locals currently faster than the Daddies, but still, it doesn't matter. Round 1 underway, as we're specking not for the first round. Everybody getting away clean. It seems as though we saw someone standing in the start line. We'll figure out who it is later. Everybody getting it nice and clean. Creatuno with a bit of a wide line note as well. Who gets the whole shot? It is going to be Quentin 43 who gets the whole shot after CP1. Let's actually check him a little bit. The early leader with 4/10 of a second. Actually 6/100 of a second between him and Coco. Crocoli, John Boy, and Suram, your top 5. Coco battling with Quentin 43 for the lead. Quentin 43 remaining the advantage. Then, as we go on to the final section and the final drift turn. Through the final drift they go. One more corner to go. And Quentin 43 seems as though he has it in the bag. And the first round is going to be for France, with Quentin 43 first, Coco in second, then Suram completing the podium, following our John Boy, Harsa, Procoli, Mixu, and React completing your top 8. As we see Cornelius sticking a little bit of an interesting line there, as we also see someone crashed. Browndy has overtaken Cornelius for P22, Cornelius comes down to 23rd, and he's going to finish 23rd. It seems as though we may have 1 or 2 non-finishers here, as Matt Propaganda was unable to actually play the first round. He just joined, actually, and it is Dougal who will not be able to score any points as he is outside the track. So, Quentin 43 in the early lead with 50 points in front of Coco on 45, and Suram on 41. We're going to be spectating surprise 4th place John Boy here with 38 points. Someone else staking in the start line as we're going to be going for the first corner here. Everybody getting neat and tidy. Quentin with a bit of an early lead, climbing the wall and the exit, and that's going to be John Boy who gets the whole shot in front of Coco, Mixu, React, and Demise Suram. As we see Suram getting back into the mix, Morodin as well. Morodin getting a little bit wide, potentially dropping down a lot of places, and that's going to be him out of contention so far. Mixu, Suram, John Boy, G-Force, and Coco. Suram taking the lead from John Boy. Over the final turns they go. John Boy with a little bit more momentum. Suram still in the lead. Suram looks as though he has got it. Over the line, it's going to be Suram, Coco, and John Boy for your podium. Followed then by Mixu, Kroons, Nod, Quentin 43, and React. As we see other people finishing, trading for Stoners will finish in P23, Cornelius in P24. Brown D in P25. Seems as though we got all the finishers. Am I right? Yeah, we got all the finishers. So far, we'll see a lead change as Suram takes the lead with 91 points in front of Coco on 90 points and Quentin 43 splits from first to third on 82. We'll be checking out Mixu now. On to turn 1 they go. Everybody seems to be nice and clean. Oh, someone clouding the wall pretty heavily, getting a full stop pick, and it is going to be Suram who gets the whole shot in front of Quentin, John Boy, Coco, and Mixu. Mixu slotting himself really nice in top 5, but in danger from Broccoli, and John Boy is slipping down a lot of places. He must have made a mistake. Suram in front of Coco, Quentin, and actually this is a really tight Group 3 battle here for the lead. Quentin 43 now emerging into the front of the pack with a little bit of advantage, but Suram is coming in really hot, as so does Coco. One more corner to go. Quentin is in the lead. It's going to be over the line. Suram will overtake him, we'll actually see, and it is going to be Quentin who wins by 5 thousandths of a second from Suram, Coco in third, and then following are Broccoli, Mixu, Jomboy, Harse, and Morodin. Very nice finish indeed. Despite that, Suram will remain in the lead as he's managed to haul more points than Coco, even though the gap has been slightly reduced by Quentin. We'll actually see, so 132 points for Quentin, but 136 for Suram, just 4 points ahead. And that's going to be the potential final round for map number 1, as we're going to be following someone further down the back. Kron's currently sitting in P8 with 82 points. Everybody getting away. Oh, someone actually clouding the wall pretty heavily. Who gets the whole shot? It is going to be Quentin who gets the whole shot once again, as in round 1. We're going to see him in the early lead, 7 hundredths of a second, now over a tenth quicker than John Boy and Suram over the final checkpoint. Then John Boy, Suram. Oh, huge mistake from Quentin who rolls over, and that's going to allow a lot of other people to take the lead. Nod, who could potentially get his first round win of the night. And Suram has the potential to close the map. He just needs to overtake Coco, and he will be able to do so. And that's going to be Suram actually taking the lead at the last minute and with clinching the win in front of Coco, Nod, Mixu, John Boy, Morodin, Piotrunio, and Propaganda. And with 186 points, Suram wins map number 1 as we see Kroons finishing in P24. Just 1 place behind Quentin 43, who's made a huge mistake clouding the cliff on the exit of a corner, on the second drift corner, and rolling over, dropping down a lot of places, and dropping down to P5 as a result in that first map. So, Suram wins the first map on 186, then Coco falls on 10 points behind, and then John Boy third on 149. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after map number 1, Suram taking the early lead with 186 points, 10 points ahead of Coco in second place on 176, and John Boy completes the podium on 149 in third. Fourth is Mixu on 144, and completing the top 5 is Quentin on 140. Sixth is Harse on 120, 7th Nod on 113, Broccoli 8th on 110, 9th equal are Boutifara and Sedloof on 98. From 11th to 28th downwards are Morodin, Maxi, Kroons, React, Piotrunio, Mac Propaganda, Xifos, Iceman 2003, Meister CZ, and Duggo. From 21st to 26th downwards are Cornelius, Psycho, Brown, Verskus, Patrick, and Trading for Stoners. So here we are then on map number 2, Hypothermia from Erizel. A map that is characterized by a pretty tart start slit and a pretty tricky jump transition to this bank corner that we just saw here. Then the rest of the map is pretty flowy all around, with a bit of a tricky jump midway through, as we're going to be seeing after CP number 4, I presume. So here we go, through this bank corner, onto CP3, there you go. Eventually there is the CP3. There you go, CP3, and then watch carefully. You will need a lot of speed to actually be able to make it through the jump somewhat cleanly and be able to go high. Otherwise you will be constrained to the low lane and potentially lose a lot of speed that way. Then we got a little bit of a dirt turn here as they go through CP5. We see Coco making a little bit of a mistake during the warm-up, but that's okay. Carrying a lot of momentum through here and then going onto a tight finishing section with this long, tight right-hander going mostly through drifting here as we see Coco doing it, and then characterized by a quick left-hander here across the finish line. So, current record held by Larens on 49.674 and current daily Mixu 49.845. We're going to be following Coco for this round. Everybody getting away, and I see him clean. Oh, someone clouding the pillar on the exit. Checkpoint 1 is going to be Quentin in the lead in front of Broccoli, Sedlef, Coco, and Nord. As we see Sedlef and Quentin 43 battling for the lead here. Sedlef managing to keep close with him, actually. Remaining close in the battle for the top 5. Quentin emerging a little bit in the lead, but not too much, as we see Mixu chomping up the bit and going with a bit of an ambitious line, trying to claw some time back. But Coco emerges back in second, overtaking Mixu for P2. And now he's going to be chasing his fellow compatriot Quentin 43 and potentially take the lead and the initial round win. As there are now 2 checkpoints to go. There we go, now 2 more corners to go. The long right-hander right here, Dreta Suram overtakes Coco for P2, and over the line it is Quentin, Suram, Coco, Broccoli, Mixu, Morodin, Sedlef, and Kroons, your top 8. Suram overtaking Coco for P2 at the last minute in the last possible corners. As we see Piotrino finishing in P22 behind Brown, Cornelis in P19, Xifos in P20, Meister CZ finishing in P23, I presume, or P24. And Scorch staying at the start line, not able to score any points. Doggo also having had a huge accident, that's a shame. He will not be able to score any points. Quentin 43 then with the early lead again, in front of Suram on 45 and Coco on 41, as we're going to be spectating someone a little bit further down the field. Sedlef, who was actually in the top 5 battle early on in the round, and currently is sitting in P7 with 32 points. Everybody getting away nice and cleanly. Someone clouding the lights on the inside. Coco in the lead after CP1. Sedlef in P4. Suram, Kroons in P2 and P3. Mac Propaganda, your top 5. Coco in the lead still after checkpoint 2. Kroons trying to jump up the bit and getting potentially involved in the lead fight. As we see Nord also getting into the mix. Nord, Suram, and Coco. This is your top 3 fight right now. Mixu getting into it as well. Kroons as well. Sedlef getting down to P6. Mullered by Jumbo Boy, potentially downgrading into P7. There it is. Jumbo Boy overtaking him, but actually Sedlef actually fighting back as we see Nord taking the lead from Coco, and Coco under third from Suram even. Just 2 more corners to go. Nord in the lead. Who's going to get it over the finish line? Nord seems to have a pretty solid advantage. Is it going to be Nord who has it? Yes, it is. Nord wins in front of Coco, Suram, Jumbo, Kroons, Sedlef, Mixu, and Morodin. Broccoli finishing down in P25. He was pretty far up the field. He was actually looking into a top 6-7 finish, but then he must have made a mistake somewhere that I didn't catch and was not able to claw that back. He finished in P24 and Scorch scoring his first points in P20. And it seems as though Dougal has had another off. Yeah, there he is. So then, we have a new lead change again. Coco this time, a joint lead with Suram on 86 points each. Nord in 3rd place with 76. As we're going to be following React for this round. Everybody gets pretty clean. Oh, someone having a little bit unfortunate bump on the exit here. Quentin leader after the whole shot. React sitting pretty nicely in P5 and managing to remain with the lead, guys. As we see actually Nord taking the lead from Kroons. React still holding it in P3, Sedlef P4, Mixu P5. As we see Mixu still remaining in the mix. React collecting the wall a little bit, and that's going to drop him a lot of places. He's going to jump down from P3 to P10 actually, yeah, jumping 7 places just like that after a single touch. Nord currently in the lead from Quentin 43, actually Quentin 43 in the lead from Nord, actually, sorry about that. Let's actually follow the chaser here. Nord chasing his fellow compatriot, Quentin 43 for the lead, just 2 corners to go. Cannot make it happen from that far back, I don't really know. It seems as though Quentin has the advantage, he will not lose it over the line, and despite a slight contact, Quentin will win it in front of Nord, Kroons, John Boy, Morodin, Mixu, Sedlef, and Suram. If you guys enjoy what you're seeing and you want to see more SmurfCup Canyon commentary and potentially even more Trackmania commentary every week, don't forget to hit the follow button and hit the bell to be notified when I go live. And if you want to discuss everything Trackmania, motorsports, technology, and more, ! Discord in the chat to get an invite link to my personal Discord channel. We're only a small community, we're only a few, below 10 people, but I'm really looking to build a community where we actually can discuss stuff really well. And so far we have a new leader. We got him on screen. We got Nord taking the lead from Suram. So Nord on 121 points is first in front of Suram on 116, and Quentin 43 is third on 113. As we see after the whole shot, it is going to be Coco in the lead. Nord's currently sitting in P4, but not having a much better line than most of the others. He's going to snatch the lead in CP2, as we're going to see him try to claw a little bit more of an advantage on P3. Oh, and actually Quentin 43 and Coco getting a little bit more momentum than him, and that's going to be potentially an all-French battle for the lead and the top 3 places. Quentin overtaking Nord for the lead now. Kroons in P3, John Boy P4, Coco P5. Let's actually follow Coco here. Let's see if he can make something about Kroons. He potentially is able to make it. Oh, Sedlev clouding the wall on the inside. That's really unfortunate. Coco potentially overtaking Quentin and Nod for the lead. Over the line, it is going to be Quentin, I think, who wins it. Quentin in front of Nod and Coco. A French top 3 for round number 4. Then following are Procoli, Mixu, Jumboy, Krones, and Morodin completing your top 8. Harsa finishing in P16, Piotrunio P14. Really close finish between Quentin and Nod and Coco, rallying up the French honors, picking up the top 3. As we see Brown not able to make it to the finish, but just. Anyways, it seems as though we have... Yeah, Nod is currently remaining in the lead on 166 points. This is the final round, potentially. Quentin is in second on 163, and Coco completing its French top 3 with 151. We're going to be following him for the start of this round at least. Nobody getting plain lead. It seems as though one of the THC members might have had a little bit of a mistake. And Quentin has taken the whole shot, but who gets the lead after CP2? It is going to be Suram who gets it. Let's actually follow him a little bit. Suram battling with Quentin Counter for the lead here. Coco in close pursuit as well, but Quentin making a little bit more inroads into him. Quentin not overtaking him. Coco as well. Another French top 3. There you go. Not Quentin and Coco representing France beautifully here, as we see Sedlev getting into the mix as well and potentially making it an all French top 4. This would be something to see, as he battles with Mixu and Procoli for that vital 4th spot. Over the line is going to be, oh, Quentin 43 under threat from Coco. Coco potentially overtaking him. No, Coco making a mistake, and that's going to be Nod in front of Quentin 43, Sedlev. So an all French top 3 in front. Then follows Suram, Procoli, Coco, Mixu, and Krones. And Nod will win map number 2 with 216 points. 2 maps, 2 different winners. 216 points for Nod give him the map win in front of Quentin on 208 and Coco on 185. After round 2, then Suram still in the lead with 362 points, just 1 point ahead of Coco in second, and Quentin in third with 348. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after map number 2, Suram still in the lead with 362 points, just 1 point ahead of Coco in second with 361. Quentin completes the top 3 with 348. Nod is P4 with 329, and Mixer completes the top 5 with 314. Jumboy is 6th with 309. Krones is 7th with 258. Morodin 8th with 251. Sedlev 1 point behind 9th on 250, and another point behind completing the top 10 is Procoli on 249. From 11th to 20th downwards are Maxi, React, Harse, Mac Propaganda, Butifara, Piotrunio, Iceman 2003, Zfos, Meister CZ, and Psycho. From 21st to 27th downwards are Brown, VorSmurfCup, Cornelius, Scorch, Trading for Stoners, Dougal, and Patrick. So then, onto map number 3, Old School, which is actually a duo map from Mebe and React, as I pull up my notes here. So, out of the whole start section, only turn number 2, which is going to be the turn you're about to see here. This turn right here, this is the only one that has to be done in the drift. The rest of the first 2 CPs of the first section can be done full speed. I know it, I actually did it. Up to CP2, then it is completely full speed. You can actually trust me on that. We also are coming up to a banked corner, followed by a really tight tunnel section. There it is. So the banked corner is done here, and then we got a pretty tight, pretty narrow right-hander, followed then by a narrow uphill left-hander, which could be a real killer if you do not approach it correctly. Current local record, Nod with a 42.244, and current Dirty with a 42.274 is Larence, as we're going to be soloing Suram for map 1 of round 3. Everybody getting away cleanly, pretty cleanly. Oh, someone getting a little bit too eager on the inside. Who gets the whole shot? G-Force gets the whole shot, but he'll be dropping bad a lot of places surely. As we see in the CP2, it is Suram who gets back in the lead. The running order is established, but actually not making a stonking section here, but actually losing a lot of advantage after that unfortunate line. And it is going to be Coco versus Suram for the lead here, as we're going to be following the Norwegian chaser, chasing the Frenchman, currently sitting just 1 point behind him in the overall standings. Suram overtaking Coco for the lead, but could it actually make it stick? Over only the final few corners to go, and it's going to be Suram who wins it in front of Coco, Nod, Morodin, Krones, Quentin 43, Jumboy, and Mixu. Everybody else finishes their round. Psycho coming behind Brown in P24, Cyphos P22. Actually, P23 for Psycho, P22 for Brown. Trading for Stoner's P25, and where is Dougal? Did he finish? Because he had plenty of problems finishing the last round. Oh, SmurfScup is unfortunately stuck in the start line. He will not be scoring any points. So then, the early lead goes to Suram with 50 points in front of Coco on 45 and Nod on 41. We're going to be following someone we haven't actually seen a lot of. We're actually going to be following Morodin for this round. Completely forgot about it, and we actually hear his engine swap with the Stadium V8 F1 car. Morodin currently sitting in P9 after CP1, not getting the whole shot. Oh, actually someone making a huge mistake there, not remaining in the lead after CP2. We're going to cut to the battle in the lead after a little bit here. React also plummeting a lot of places. That's going to promote Morodin into the top 10. There it is, 9th after CP4. We're going to be following Nod here, currently in the lead. Less than a 10th of a second from in front of Quentin. We can actually see him just popping up in the screen here. He's going to be a battle for the final few corners to see who gets the win. Just 2 more corners to go. One long swooping left-hander. Oh, huge mistake. That's going to allow Quentin to come through and win the round. Nod will finish second. Coco third, making it an all-French top 3 once again. Then comes Suram, Krons, Sedlev, Morodin, and Broccoli completing your top 8. Well, I know this might be biased, but I'm happy to see that French players are well represented. We're seeing an all-French top 3. We've seen an all-French top 3 in pretty much every... we've seen an all-French top 3 in much of the rounds in map number 2, which is really good to see. SmurfScup seems as though he is AFK, so he might be forced into spectator. Suram remaining in the lead, just 2 points ahead of Nod now, who currently shares second place with Coco. 86 points for both, and fourth place is for Quentin 43 with 84 points, as we're going to be following Nod for the next round here. The winner from the last round gets the whole shot after CP1, gets it really neat, tiny battling for the Mixu for the lead. Mixu really staying close with him and actually having a little bit of a back corner here, so he's going to drop down a lot of places. Nod, Quentin 43 and Coco within a tenth of each other. Coco dropping down to P5, React and Morodin stepping into place, as we see that Coco currently has a pretty good lead, as we see Coco trying to mount a comeback, battling with Morodin for the advantage of P3, Quentin 43 battling with Coco and battling with Nod to try and overtake him, as we're going to be following the chaser here. Who's going to get it? Remember, this was a single mistake that allowed Quentin to get through, and actually Nod will be able to get revenge and win in front of Quentin, Morodin, Coco, Krons, John Boy, React, and Mixu. Trading for Stormers finishing in P22, Harse P20, Maxi P21, Meister CZ P25, Brown P24, and Psycho P23. And it seems as though we have all the finishers. Aside from SmurfScup, if he's still in the start line, yeah, there he is. So, let's actually see. I have not really a good idea of what is going on in the lead standings right now. We're going to be seeing, it seems as though we're going to have a new leader. Yep, it is going to be Nod who takes the lead with 136 points in front of Quentin 43 on 129, and third place goes to Coco on 124, as we're going to be following someone a little bit further down the field. Let's actually check out how Hax is doing. Founder of Smurfs team, current organizer of the SmurfCup, having a little bit cloud of the wall on the inside as they cross the CP1. Quentin into the lead after CPs 1 and 2. We're actually going to check him back with him now. And that's he actually dropped down a fair few places, and it's now Nod's currently in the lead, battling with Mixu to retain that lead. The Finnish driver trying to stop another win for a French driver. He's gonna have a pretty tall ordeal, as he's gonna have to fight with Coco and Quentin 43 as well. Suram now getting in the mix as well. So far, he's been one of the only guys to be able to put a stop. Oh, and then Suram getting a huge stop, and that's gonna be a French 1, 2, 3. Nod, Quentin 43, and Coco in that order, followed by Mixu, Morodin, Sedlev, and Broccoli. So guys, Nod wins map number 3. 2 map wins for him versus 1 for Suram, and we're gonna have a new leader in the overall standings for this edition, as we see Patrick finishing in P26. Sorry, a little bit of water. Need to stay hydrated. SmurfScup still in the line. I think he's going to be put in spectator sooner or later. So 186 points gives Nod the map win in front of Quentin 43 on 174 and Coco on 165. A French top 3 for map 3. After map 3, then Coco emerges in the lead on 526 in front of Quentin on 522 and Nod on 515. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So after 3 maps, we got an all-French top 3 up front. Coco leading the way with 526 points, 4 points in front of Contact Antoine second with 522, and completing the podium is Nod with 515. 4th place goes to Suram with 504, and completing the top 5 is John Boy on 435. Mixu 6th on 434, Morodin 7th on 398, Kronz 8th on 390, Sedlov 9th with 366, and Prokoli completing the top 10 with 345. From 11th to 20th downwards are React, Maxi, McPropaganda, Piotrunio, Harsa, Butifara, Zifos, Iceman 2003, Meister CZ, and Psycho. From 21st to 29th downwards are Cornelius, Brown, Scorch, Verskux, Training for Stoners, Nordplay, Patrick, Dougal, and Pelly. So then onto the maps that I don't really have notes for. Map number 4, which is Montra by Zombat, which is where we start to see a little bit more technical stuff, like some really cool downhill transition turns and stuff like that. Current local record held by Nod with a 44.584, and current the Mania record held by Contact Antoine with a 44.738. My. 3 drivers in the overall top 3 standings. This is quite a day to be alive if you're a French Trackmania player and a French Trackmania player supporter, or essentially. This is really where it's at, as we're going to be following someone else. We're going to be following Sedlov for this run, the 4th French player that could potentially have an impact and make it an all-French top 4. We'll have to see. So, map number 4 underway. Everybody, oh, someone actually clouding the inside wall. I didn't really see the name tag who it was. Sedlov getting the whole shot, but dropping a lot of places as we see him trying to claw back some of his lost advantage. He goes back up to P8, but so far it is Coco currently in the lead, battling with Nod at Contact 43, which should actually chase. There you go, French top 3 right there. Nod, Coco, and Contact 43, as it has pretty much been the way for the last few rounds. Suram trying to make a little bit of an impact, but so far he's not able to find the silver bullet to be able to catch those 3 guys. Contact 43 managing to take over the lead from Nod, and Coco making short work of them, literally, to get into the lead, into the final few corners, and it seems as though Quentin will have the round win. Yes, it is. Quentin in front of Coco. Suram getting 3rd place just at the line before in front of Nod. Then React, Sedlov. And then we got, let's see, React, Sedlov, John Boy, and Kronz completing your top 8. Sorry, I didn't see the whole top 8, as I was so focused on getting all the top 4 straight away. Really sorry about that. So then, Jumping Jet finishing P25, Training for Stoners P23, and Verskux again at the start line. I think he should be forced in Spectator right now. So Harsa, if you're watching this, please put him in Spec. So then, Contact 43, the early leader with 50 points. Coco on 45, Suram on 41, as we're going to be following Kronz for this round, currently sitting 8th with 30 points. Sedlov again in the lead, but oh, actually we see someone making a huge mistake. I think it was React, judging from the flag, who actually clouded the wall on the inside, but that's really unfortunate for him. Not currently in the lead after CP1. We're going to be checking with him, and actually he's battling again with Quentin and Coco for the lead, as we see Suram also trying to get into the mix, and Mixu as well, the formidable Finn, the flying Finn, one of the flying Finns in here, battling for the top 5 positions with Suram actually a little bit further away than he should be here. Currently settling in for 5th place, potentially trying to pick on somebody's mistake, and it seems as though the mistake has come from Quentin, who's dropped down to P5, and over the line it is going to be Coco who wins in front of Nod, Suram, Mixu, Quentin 43, Morodin, John Boy, and Broccoli. Mixu bragging, we got some valuable points after only scoring 16 in round 1. Iceman 2003 P19, Trading for Stoners getting overtaken by Cornelius for P23, and Cornelius will finish 23rd. Waiting for Stoners 24th, and actually 1 place above. It seems as though someone has retired in the meantime. Anyways, really sorry for the somewhat shady commentary. I'm really doing my best. Anyways, so it seems as though we have a lead change. Coco taking the lead in front with 95 points. 86 points for Quentin 43 in 2nd, and 83 points for Nod in 3rd, as we're going to be following Mixu for this round. A fantastic performer who managed to clench P4 in round 2. Let's see how he can do in round 3. Sedlov getting the whole shot in CP1, and is Mixu getting the whole shot in CP2, taking briefly the lead before getting overwhelmed by the 3 flying Frenchmen. Coco, Quentin 43, and Nod battling once again with each other for top 3. Suram getting into the mix as well, potentially proving to be the silver bullet. Mixu getting overwhelmed from a little bit everywhere. G-Force, Morodin, Broccoli, everybody is on his tail. As we see Morodin and G-Force overtaking him, potentially Broccoli as well. Yes, Broccoli comes past, Kronz comes past as well. As we're going to be checking back into the lead fight, here it is. Quentin 43 versus Nord. It seems as though Quentin 43 has dropped a little bit more momentum compared to Nord. It's going to be over the line. Who will get it? Nord will get it. Quentin will get it. It's going to be Quentin who gets it by 13 thousandths of a second in front of Nord, Suram, Coco, Krones, Mixu, Procoli, and John Boy. Good Triunio finishing in P22. Patrick in P21, Jumping Jack P23. It seems as though we got all the finishers once again. Yep. And as we're going to be seeing another lead change, Quentin 43 retaking the lead from Coco by 3 points. 136 for Quentin 43, 133 for Coco, 128 for Nod in third. As we're going to be following him now, trying to see if he can make it last one more round. He needs to win, and he needs other people, needs his fellow countrymen to score as least as possible to be able to clinch this in the next round. It seems as though he set about doing just that as Nod takes over the lead from Coco with a bit of a wider line through there compared to Coco. He's able to carry a little bit more momentum in the next corner. Oh, 2 more touches in the wall, and that's going to be over for his fighting chance, surely, for Nod. Dropping down to P10 as we're going to be switching back to the lead battle here. Quentin 43 in the lead, and actually Coco making Coco having made a mistake. He's dropped down and overwhelmed from everywhere as Quentin 43 is battling with Suram over the line. This is going to be Quentin who wins it, and who wins map number 4 then. Quentin in front of Suram, Krones, Morodin, Procoli, Coco, Sedlov, and Mixu, completing the top 8 for round number 4. And Quentin 43 wins map number 4 with 186 points. Huge mistake from Nod in the middle part of the course, dropping him down a lot of places. Quentin 43 then winning on 196 points in front of Suram on 168 and Coco on 167. After map number 4, then the standings are somewhat shaken. Quentin 43 still in the lead with Coco second, 708 and 693 respectively, and Suram comes in third place, 1 point ahead of Nod. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after 4 maps, Quentin 43 remaining in the lead for France with 708 points. Coco in second place with 693, and completing the top 3 is Suram with 672. Nord is 4th, just 1 point behind on 671, and Mixu is entering the top 5 with 552. John Boy is 6th with 547, Krones is 7th with 525, Morodin is 8th with 510, Sedlov is 9th with 484, and completing the top 10 is Procoli with 458. From 11th to 20th downwards are Mac Propaganda, Maxi, React, Harse, Putifara, Biotunio, Iceman 2003, Xephos, Meister CZ, and Psycho. From 21st to 30th downwards are Cornelius, Brown, Scorch, Training for Stoners, Patrick, SmurfCup, Nordplay, Dougal, Pelly, and Jumping Jack. Moving on to map number 5, Silesia by Racho. When you think of Racho Volker, his nickname on Many Exchange, all you think of is really maps about momentum conservation, and maps that can be pretty tricky, but are really, really rewarding when you nail them. This is exactly one of those type of maps, especially at the start with a really tight section that snakes between the left-hand hairpin and right-hand hairpin for the first 2 checkpoints before it drop down to the main course, as we see other people getting a little bit further than the point that I just described there. As we see 7 also joining in a little bit late. Map number 5 we are. 10 checkpoints for this particular map. Current local record held by GeForce on a 51.614, and current daily minute record held by Larence with 51.867. So yeah, currently Quentin remaining in the lead, but not too far away, but actually Coco not too far away from being able to strike. He's really within striking distance of Quentin right here. See, just a 15-point difference between the 2 Frenchmen. As we see map number 5 getting underway, and we're going to be following the map winner from previous time, the Quentin 43. As we see right-hand hairpin onto left-hand hairpin for CP1, onto the right-hand hairpin, drift for CP2, a straight drop down into a long sweeping right-hander, double apex for CP3, and so on and so forth. This is pretty much Racho's map in a nutshell. It's a really technical map, but once you get a feel for it, it becomes really rewarding to nail a run on there, to nail a lap on there. As we see Quentin currently sitting down in P10 and Suram currently in the lead, as we're going to be trying to follow someone else who's a bit further in the field. Sedlov, for example, currently sitting in P6, P7 now as he gets overtaken by John Boy. Oh, Suram and Nod battling for the lead, actually. Let's actually see if we can spectate that. Suram currently in the position of the chaser now, and actually the chased one. Ooh, this is a really tight battle between the two. And it seems that the front will be able to take the round once again. Suram making a mistake and Nod winning the round then. In front of Suram, Coco, Mixu, Broccoli, Krons, Jumboy, and Contact Counter completing your top 8. Really sorry for the slight, stammering and stuttering there. It's just that I got a bit too excited to see that potentially France could snatch the win away from Norway right there. Sorry if I speak in terms of nations. So then on the early lead with 50 points, Suram on 45, Coco on 41. As we see there's perspective from Iceman 2003, somewhat further down the pack, going for the drift. P9 after CP1, and now onto CP2. It is going to be Nod who gets the lead. Iceman getting in the right group there, staying in the top 15. Could potentially trying to make inroads. Oh, Mixu making a mistake, and that's going to promote Iceman to P20, P13, and Butifara potentially. Oh, actually, Iceman getting really wide and not really able to cope really well. He drops down 2 positions to P15, 7. Ooh, almost flipping over as currently Nod is in the lead. We're going to actually follow the leader here and potentially the chaser. Yeah, there he is. Suram just 2/10 behind Nod. Coco a little bit further behind. Mixu currently really far behind as well. Contact Counter, let's see. Ooh, currently sitting at P6, now P7. No, P6. And as we go back to the lead, Nod with a pretty big advantage is going to take the second round. 2 out of 2 for Nod then, in front of Suram, Coco, Broccoli, Contact 43, Morodin, Krons, and Sedlov. If you guys think this is exciting racing, manifest yourself in the chat. This is your time. Meister sees it finishing in P18. Cornelius finishing in P23. We got all the finishers once again, and so far 100 points out of 100 for Nod. Suram second on 90 points, and Coco third on 82 points. His top 3 has remained the same throughout the first 2 rounds, as we see Suram getting into P8 after CP1. Ooh, really wide turn after CP2. Coco getting in the lead and dropping out a little bit as we see Broccoli getting in a little bit of an early lead, battling with Krons as well. Krons really having a good going over the first 4 checkpoints, but Suram has come back to his rightful spot of leader, battling with Nod once again. It is really the story between these 2 guys, Norway versus France, Suram versus Nod here for the lead and the win of map number 5. Nod with a much better line than Suram, able to snatch the lead, but Suram with a little bit more momentum is potentially able to catch up with Nod in the final part of the course, as we see him going really wide, taking as much momentum as he can. Nod getting into the lead, and it seems as though Nod has a bit of an advantage. Can he keep it across the line? Yes, he can. 3 out of 3 for Nod in front of Suram, Contact 43, Coco, Krons, Morodin, Mixu, and Butifara, completing your top 8. Cornelius finishing in P18, Maxi P17, Scorch P16, Seafos P15. John Boy finishing his round as well, P22. Meister season, the last guy in the top 20. So, 150 points out of 150. Can Nod get the clean sweep for this round, for this map? We'll have to wait and see, as we're going to be following someone a little bit further. On 102 points, 5th place for Krons so far. As we see him getting really wide on the exit here, trying to set up himself for the next corner. Actually, really neat and tidy from Krons as well. He's really putting his foot down. It seems as though Nod has made a mistake as well. I don't really see him. No, Nod is actually in there. Let's actually try to chat and see if we can actually catch up with him. There he is, following Suram and trying to overtake him to potentially get the full 200 points out of his 4-round victories, and seems as though he's got the more momentum than Suram and is able to overtake him in this particular corner. The favorite passing place for Nod here, as we're going to be following him for the final sector. The final few turns as Suram is molesting him relentlessly. He's absolutely relentless, the Norwegian driver. Oh, but a bit of a mistake potentially for Suram. It could allow Nod to get through across the line. No, it is Suram who wins it with a late mistake from Nod. Suram wins in front of Nod, Quentin, Coco, Broccoli, Krons, John Boy, and Mixu. The full sweep has been denied for Nod by Suram, who's managed to keep his advantage across the line, and Nod, having made a slight contact with the wall on the exit there just before the line, has sealed the deal. But nevertheless, 195 points is better than nothing as Nod wins his third map of the night. Nod winning the map on 195, second Suram on 185, and third Coco on 158. After map number 5 then, Nod retaking the lead from Suram on 866, 857 for Suram in second, Quentin third, just 1 point behind on 856. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after 5 maps, Nod retaking the lead from Suram with 866 points, 9 points in front of Suram on second place with 857, and just 1 point behind, closing the podium on 856 is Quentin 43 in third, Coco fourth with 851, Mixu completing the top 5 with 680, Kron 6th with 661, 7th Jumboy with 642, 8th Morodin with 628, 9th Prokoli with 594, and Sedlev completing the top 10 with 592. From 11th to 20th downwards are Mac Propaganda, Maxi, Harse, Piotrunio, Butifara, React, Iceman 2003, Xifos, Meister CZ, and Cornelius. From 21st to 31st downwards are Psycho, Scorch, Patrick, Brown, Trading for Stoners, SmurfScup, 7, Norplay, Jumping Jack, Dougal, and Pally, as we're going to be tweaking them. There we go. Hold on. Switching back to in-game music now. So, map number 6, Hold Slime Express from React. Current local record from Coco by 48, with a 48.492, and current DDMN record with a 48.548 for Coco as well. So we're getting into the end maps here, getting slightly longer, getting more technical, with a bit of a peculiar start as well. If we can actually get a POV from someone who's at the start. Oh, there we go, Mixu. So a little drop here transition for this drift here, then quarter pipe turn onto another jump transition. And yeah, we didn't really see much of the map. This is one of the maps that I didn't really have notes for. So we're going to be following Mixu for the first round of map number 6. I'm really sorry about the cutouts in the audio. I can't really do anything about it. It seems as though processes are running that can't keep taking control. Mixu taking the lead after CP1, Prokoli getting the lead after CP2. Mixu actually putting up a fight to Suram. That's actually really interesting. In the first few corners, in the first few checkpoints, Mixu on level with Suram and Nod, actually not making a mistake and dropping down the P5. Suram currently in the lead, battling with Morodin actually. Morodin really coming alive. Well, if we can actually spec him here. Let's actually see. There it is. Morodin currently in the position of the chaser behind Suram. Suram taking the lead. 1/10 of a second in front of Morodin, potentially 2/10. And Mixu overtaking Morodin for the benefit of P2. And Coco currently menacing Morodin for P3. And actually he has overtaken him. There he is. Onto the final line they go. Oh, and actually Suram making a mistake. And that's going to be Mixu's round. Amazingly, a quick mistake, a quick touch from the wall by Suram has denied him the round win. It is going to be Mixu who wins it. So your top 8 will be Mixu, Coco, Morodin, Suram, Noz, Sedlev, Quentin 43, and Piotrunio. An amazing round finish, which promoted Mixu for the win. So then, Mixu getting the early lead for the first time in this cup with 50 points. Coco on 45, Morodin on 41, as we're going to be following Harse for this round, currently sitting in P11 with 24 points. For CP1 they go, not currently getting the early lead. Harse registering in P4. After CP2, it is Harse in P3. Oh, with a bit of an ambitious line, drops out a lot of places as a consequence. Down to P15 he goes. So far it is going to be John Boy who is in the provisional lead. Maxi, we're going to be following some of the people further down the field. Maxi currently in P11, potentially trying to catch the top 10. Prokoli is a little bit further up the road though. Morodin now it is. Let's actually see. Oh! Sedlev making a huge mistake, Mixu as well, and that's going to drop him in a lot of places. It seems as though it is going to be Coco and Suram in the lead. We're going to be still following the chase one here. It is going to be Suram. Come on. Suram currently getting the lead. He will not be able to repeat the mistake from last time, though, and he's going to be winning the round in front of Coco, Prokoli, Nod, Morodin, Jumboy, Kroons, and Quentin 43. Huge mistakes from multiple people throughout the field. We actually saw a huge mistake from Sedlev who managed to roll over his car, finishing in P19. We actually saw him in the standings briefly. The three TFS guys from 21st to 23rd, as we see Meister CZ finishing his round to connect P25, I presume. No, P26 actually. So then we're gonna see a new lead change as Mixu plummets to 3rd and Coco takes the lead with 90 points, Suram 2nd with 88. We're gonna be following Suram for this round. Seven getting the whole shot after CP1. Let's actually see how things shape up after the jump and into CP2. 7 remaining in the lead. Actually, it's Morodin now who gets the lead as 7 has made a small mistake and I'm getting small cutoffs. This is really annoying now. Suram now making short work of Morodin to take the lead, and Morodin now getting a fight back, potentially trying to claw his position back and potentially win his first round of the night. We're going to have to see here. Oh, and actually Suram making a mistake. Let's go allow Coco and Morodin through, and more people are flooding him on the way. Mixu and Broccoli, the two Smurf guys. Oh, Broccoli making a huge mistake, full stopping in here, and that's going to drop him a lot of places. Not overtaking Suram for P4. Coco, meanwhile, is in the lead, and he seems as though he's untouchable. He will win the round in front of Morodin, Mixu, Nod, Suram, John Boy, Quentin, and Piotrunio. We're gonna see Coco extending his lead even further and potentially going to contention for his first map win. He's gonna be on 140 points. Only 40 are necessary for him to close out the map. I'm just gonna close my notes here. Okay, so after this round then, 140 points for Coco in the lead. Then we got Suram on 124 in 2nd place and just 2 points behind Morodin on 3rd with 122. As we're going to be following the Frenchman, which could potentially win net the nation's 5th or 4th, no actually 5th round, no actually, yeah. I'm not really too keen on the nation map wins as we see Coco making a mistake, dropping down to P8 and actually dropping well below the top 10, P13 actually. Currently Nod is in the lead. We're actually going to follow him, chasing Suram, battling with Suram for the lead. Morodin getting into the fight as well, as we see Sedlev emerging in P4, Mixu in P5, 3/10 of a second behind. As we see actually Suram having a much more momentum, not make the optimal line here, sorry for the stammering, and he jumps down to P2. Sedlev currently harassing him for P3. Mixu slipping underneath Nod for P2, but he could potentially get overtaken back by Nod, and there he is. Over the line, it is going to be Nod who wins it by 0.003 of a second. Suram first in front of Nod, Mixu, Krons, Morodin, Maxi, Piotrunio, and Coco. Coco not able to close this map then. I'm really sorry for all the sound cutouts, guys. It seems as though something is taking priority over my system. It's really weird. Hold on, I'm just going to check and sort of assess that out on the spot. I'm really sorry about this, guys. So then, 170 points for... Oh, actually... We are on overtime. Well, overtime, so to speak. We've got one more round. Suram takes the lead on 174 points. Coco on 170 and Mixu on 160. This is the final round of this map. Battle is hotting up pretty nicely for map number 6. As we see Coco emerging into the early lead, and Coco, having made a mistake, once again drops down a lot of places. That could be the cue for Suram to actually step in and make some inroads and potentially secure another map win. As we see Morodin and Nod battling for the lead. Suram currently sitting in P3, sitting pretty, it must be said. Oh, and actually Nod making a bit of a mistake, allowing Morodin through, and Coco charging through. And oh, Morodin making a mistake as well. It's going to be Suram versus Coco. Suram, no matter what, is going to be able to win, except if it's going to be Coco 1 and Suram 2. That's going to be an overtime situation here. We're going to have to see over the line. It's going to be Suram who closes the map and wins it in front of Coco, Nod, Mixu, Broccoli, Krons, Sedlev, and Morodin. Coco was oh so close to keep the dream alive and potentially go to overtime, but it wasn't to be, as Suram wins map number 6. As we see a bad sign who joined just before the map started, finishing in P27. So then, Suram wins map number 6. 224 points for him, Coco 215, and Mixu 3rd equal with Nod on 198. Suram taking the lead from Coco then on 1081 from 1066 for Coco on 2nd, and 1064 for Nod on 3rd. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. On to the final round then. Suram currently in the lead with 1050 with 1051, with 1081. Second Coco with 1066, and completing the podium is Nod in third with 1064. Quentin fourth with 987, and completing the top 5 is Mixu with 878. Sixth is Krones with 817. Sixth is Motorden 1 point behind on 816. Jumboy 8th with 756. Ninth Broccoli with 717. And completing the top 10 is Sedlev with 692. From 11th to 20th downwards are Maxi, Propaganda, Harse, Piotrunio, Putifara, React, Iceman 2003, Xifos, Meister CZ, and Cornelius. From 21st to 35th downwards are Psycho, Scorch, 7, Patrick, Verskux, Trading for Stoners, Brown, Jumping Jack, Norplay, Dougal, Monheim X9, Tolfe, Peli, Slippy, and a Bad Sign. Onto the closer, the final map of this rotation. Don't Text, Meet, from Vinny from Team Velocity. Current local record from Larens with a 50.498, and current daily main record from Vinny himself with a 50.638. So then, this is the most technical map of the lot, characterized with a pretty tricky start section, which you might have seen a little bit earlier, with a really tight first corner and a really narrow second corner onto the second CP. I'm gonna have to see that a little bit later on. Also, again, I'm really sorry for the technical difficulties, such as the audio cutouts. It seems as though the process keeps getting killed over and over and over and over again. I really can't really do anything to help with it this round. I'm really sorry about that. So then, round number 1, map 7, following Mac Propaganda from Team THC for the start of this round. As we see everybody getting away cleanly, someone falling over at the start. This is what I'm talking about, CP1, and then a really tight turn. We see a lot of mistakes being made here. Jumboy getting the whole shot after CP1, but after CP2, who is it going to be? It is going to be Nod, who emerges in the lead. Fucking hell. Let's see if we can actually follow someone closer to the lead. Quentin 43 emerging in second place, making a lot of people making mistakes here. Sedlev emerging as a potential contender, but dropping a lot of momentum here with his drifts. That's going to drop him a lot of places. Not currently in the lead in front of... I don't see who's in front of Sedlev. There he is. Jumboy in second. Sedlev third. Suram 4th, Krones 5th. Nod currently having a sizable advantage compared to Jumboy. Suram making inroads to Jumboy for P2. Let's actually try to see if we can actually follow the chaser here. There he is. Suram currently in P2 now as Jumboy tries to catch up with him. And over the line it is going to be Nod, who with a pretty easy win in front of Suram, Jumboy, Krones, Sedlev, Mixu, Coco, Quentin 43 for your top 8. As we see Psycho finishing in P21. Putifara P20, VorskX P19, and Cornelius making a lot of mistakes. Meister CZ finishing, Iceman 23 finishing as well. It seems as though Cornelius will not be able to finish. It's really unfortunate. And so, Nod with the early lead on 50 points, Suram on 45, Jumboy on 41. We're going to be following let's actually follow Krones for this round, currently sitting on 4th place with 38. And really tight first corner then onto CP1, and then a really narrow section here. Actually, interesting fall from Krones, who manages to go for full speed, while most people try to go for the drift and usually caught either the wall on the inside or the wall on the outside. So, really interesting approach there. Meanwhile, Nod currently in the lead in front of Sedlev and Quentin 43. Another French top 3, but not the one we were used to from a few maps ago. Morodin also emerging into the fight. Krones currently in P2. And now P3 as Morodin overtakes him, and Quentin 43 battling with Morodin for the lead. Currently Quentin 43 remaining in the lead, having a little bit of an advantage, but maybe Krones could actually take everything in charge and potentially make short work of Morodin and Quentin 43 to take his first round win of the night. We're gonna have to see what happens here. Quentin 43 still having a little bit of advantage. Nod getting into the mix as well, potentially overtaking Krones for P2. Across the line goes. It's gonna be Quentin 43 in front of Nod, Morodin, Krones, Coco, Suram, Mixu, and Maxi for your top 8. A really intense battle for the top 4 all the way to the finish line. This was absolutely stunning to watch. As we see a lot of people finishing, Tough at 24th, Harse 21st, Third Master CZ 22nd, Iceman 2003 25th. So then, after this round, we still see Nod in the lead on 95, Quentin 43 second on 80, and 1 point behind we see Suram on 79, as we're going to be following someone a little bit further behind. Morodin, we're actually going to be following him. He was able to actually get into the fight and potentially stir up everything and be the troublemaker here, but it wasn't actually to be. He managed to snatch P3 though from the last round, as we see Nod in the lead again, battling with Jumboy, Coco, and Broccoli for your top 4. And Broccoli making a mistake, and that drops him out of contention, elevating Morodin into the top 4, and Suram involving himself as well into the top 5. I'm really sorry for the audio cutouts. Oh, Morodin making a huge mistake and a huge flip, and that's going to drop him out of contention as we see John Boy and Nod battling over the lead here as Coco is also in the mix. Who will win this round? Nobody can tell. John Boy still having a little bit of an advantage. Who's going to be across the line? It is going to be Nod who takes it in front of John Boy, Suram, Coco, Broccoli, Sedlov, Mixu, and Mac Propaganda. Nod is on it. After failing to win the first round, he's able to claw back his lost advantage, and he could potentially win his 4th map of the night. 145 points for Nod here. He must not choke this round, as we see Meister CZ finishing in reverse in P26. So then, on to the final round. 145 points for Nod in the lead, then 120 points for Suram in second, and 106.30 equal for Coco and John Boy. Really sorry about this. Come on. Work with me, game. So, we're going to be following Nod here for the final round, the potential final round here, the closer. He could potentially win with another 195 points to his account. The last time he did it was on map 5, on Silesia by Racho. Let's see if he can make this happen. Battling with Quentin 43, and Quentin 43 having made a little mistake, he drops a little bit more momentum, and Nod remains in the lead. Over a 1/10 of a second in front of G-Force now. We're actually going to try to follow the chaser here if we can find G-Force. He seems to be pretty far down the order though. Suram now taking the chasing position here from Nod. He's going to try to deny him the full 195 and making a mistake here, and that's going to drop him a lot of momentum and could potentially put him under threat from Krones, who actually slips by. There he is. Krones in P2, Quentin P3, but it doesn't matter as Nod will take the map win, and we're going to have to see how this shakes up in the standings. So Nod in front of Quentin 43, Krones, Mec Propaganda, Suram, John Boy, Sedlov, and Coco. As we're going to be seeing, it is going to be Nod who will take the win. As we see the live standings here, it is going to be Nod, your SmurfsCup number 366 champion. From one Frenchman to another, Nod from Team Netotech, former player of SCL CP 5 from Team Hyperion, wins SmurfsCup 366. So then, your provisional top 3 here. As we're going to be able to see Nod, Nod's first on 12:59, Demise second on 12:37, and Coco third on 12:02. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. Full standings and debrief coming up. The chat has also been broken. So then, here are your final standings for SmurfsCup 366, August 24th, 2019. Nod taking the final win with 1,259 points, Suram clinching second with 1,237 points, and the last winner, Coco, third, completing the podium with 12:02. Quentin 43 finishing in 4th place with 1,130 points. Only 4 players have made it past the 1,000 points barrier in terms of score. 5th place, honorable mention for Mixu with 996, 6th place for Krones with 958, 7th for Morodin with 916, 8th for John Boy with 817, with 896, Broccoli 9th with 817, and completing the top 10 is Sedlov with 808. 11th is My Propaganda with 667, 12th Maxi with 638, Piotrono 13th with 605, Arsa 14th with 595, Lutifara 15th with 562, Xifos 16th with 395, Iceman 2003 17th with 365, Xifos 395, Iceman 365, React 18th with 349, Master Season 19th with 311, and Cornelius 20th with 301. Then we are towards the other half of the scoreboard. Psychos 21st with 277, 22nd 7 with 270, then Scorch 23rd with 207, FirstCuts 24th with 182, Patrick 25th with 166, Training for Starters 26th with 137, and completing those who have scored over 100 points is Brown with 114. From 28th to 35th downwards are Jumping Jack, Monheim, X9, Abatside, Norplay, Toffe, Doggo, Pelly, and Snippy. So then, that was SmurfScup 366. Hey Lawrence, yeah, you kind of missed everything. There was a lot of shenanigans going on, a lot of exciting battles, and in the end it's another Frenchman who won. I think you should really check the VOD to be able to fathom the amount of shenanigans that really happened. Also, for those of you who actually were in the stream following me, I'm really sorry for my somewhat shoddy commentary, my shoddy map descriptions. I haven't really played the maps all that much. I'll try to do my best for the map pack Swan Song on the 31st, which is going to be next week. And also, part of my voice, I'm a little bit, I got a little bit overboard, and my voice kind of suffers from that. So yeah, everything is going to be recovered from that. Anyway, so before we get that, let me just switch quickly. Oh shit, I don't have my waveform. Hold on, let me just fix that real quick. Hey, there we go. We got the waveform form going now. Just before that, so yeah, 31st of August, SmurfSCup number 367, the last cup for this August map pack, the last cup of the month. Also, a pretty important event for me. I'm gonna keep you updated on that over on Discord and in PM for those of you who kind of know me. It's gonna be my final exam for the for my bachelor's degree in computer science and web development, so I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, also a lot of things to look forward to. Potentially a return to speedrun stuff, playing racing games, and potentially a Gran Turismo 2 speedrun. I'll have to work that out. But anyways, that's it for Personal Shield. Back for the SmurfCup casts. Thank you very much, guys, for being able to get to the cast, and thank you very much for watching. It really means a lot to me that you really want to follow me along, and also follow all the stuff that's happening in the SmurfScup. I mean, there's a lot of shenanigans going on. Also, sorry for the background that kind of stopped working. Anyways, see you on the 31st of August for SmurfScup 367, the swan song for August 2019. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you all next time. Godspeed, people!